It's been a minute since we've had a little heart-to-heart, and I thought today everything is bubbled up and it's time to have a little chat. So I had this amazing opportunity just land in my lap. Amidst all my chaos with my kitchen floods that I've been dealing with, I'm hanging on by a thread, and this opportunity comes, and I couldn't say no. And it caused me to go down the rabbit hole of the last 5 years of my life, almost 6 years of sharing my journey of my gray hair, my self-growth. And I have been weeping, reading all the things that I posted, reviewing everything. And I read the very first post that I made announcing that I was going to go through this gray hair journey. And there was so much in that first post. I knew that this journey was going to be so much more than hair. I knew it was going to be a renegotiation of everything I knew about beauty, of self-worth, of aging, of being lovable, all of that. I knew it was going to be big. But now, looking back, I made that post in October of 2019, and here we are now in 2025 in April. I could have never imagined. I said it was a gift, that this was going to be a gift. That gift has been more invaluable. Oops, hold on, more invaluable. That was my daughter on the other line. The gift of letting go. These last 5 years have been extraordinary. The self-growth that I have had alone. In fact, I was having a conversation with my dad this morning, and he said, Vanessa, I'm so proud of you. He said, I love you. And he says, your journey, he goes, you have this beautiful way of sharing. My dad's been texting me all morning on this, and he says, I'm so proud of you. I can't wait to watch you on the show. And then he says, after 5.5 years, your confidence has continued to grow, and you are definitely in your own element. Your gift of gab is amazing and admirable. My nickname growing up was Motor Mouth. And I used to say, I talk so fast, and I said, I have so much to say and so little time to say it. I remember saying that as a little girl to my mama. And then I told my dad, I said, Dad, I got that gift of gab from you and from Mema, which is his mom, and he gave me a big heart. There's a heart right there. I share this because this is important. Like this, I'm not going off the reservation. I promise you, we're going to circle back. He says, I know that you pride yourself on your ability to help other women gain at least some modicum of confidence that you have in their journey, that they have in their journey. And I said, yes, that's the whole goal, is to share my life's experience, my troubles, my pain, my shames, is to share those, one, so that I can release it, but two, that I can inspire others to do the same thing. And then he says, you have an obligation to share that. I'm getting all red face here, and this is not my finest hour. It's a Sunday morning, doing my skincare, drinking my tea, with my kitchen that's completely torn up. But I had to show up, and I had to say thank you. Thank you to all the women out there and men that have been so kind to me, that have been a safe place for me to share my journey. And I cannot thank the women enough that have messaged me, that have jumped in on their own journey, whether it's letting go of their gray hair or letting go of a bad relationship or letting go of the weight of what other people think. I am so grateful to know that my own journey has inspired you even just a little bit. And I want you to know that so many of you out there that I don't know personally, but that I have seen on social media, you have touched me, you have inspired me, you have made me think about my own life, you have lifted me up when I needed a lift up. It has been such a good experience, and I am forever, forever grateful. And who would have thought it would have taken me to let go of my gray hair to open up a whole new world for me? Nose is running. So here's the thing, ladies. Look at my red nose. Here's the thing. We have an obligation. I made a post. Oh, my red nose. I'm so embarrassed, but okay. We have an obligation. I told my dad, this is the one other thing I told my dad. I said, Dad, hold on, let me get the post because this is really important. Okay, bear with me here. My dad said, after he said, I know you pride yourself on the ability to help others, women gain at least some modicum of confidence that you have in their journey, that they have in their journey. I responded, exactly, Dad. That's the whole goal. I've always had I've always had the goal to share my own life's journey and experiences in hope that it paves the way for others. A teacher at heart from the very beginning, I guess. I never wanted to be a teacher. I took that test in high school. It says, you could be a doctor, you could be an actress, you could be a teacher. I'm like, those who can do, those who can't teach. Well, you know what? I eat my words, because you know what? Being a teacher, when you are a good teacher, there is nothing better. And he responded, few people can claim that honor. And then I said, with my red nose, it's the biggest gift. And Dad, you know what's crazy is that every single one of us, and you, whoever's watching this, you have the ability to inspire others. If we step out of our discomfort zone and just share our life experience or perspective. My dad says, I'm so glad you took that step. And I said, me too. One more thing I'm going to tell you before we wrap this beautiful little message up in a bow, and that is, I literally this morning thought I had so much to say, and should I get ready and put on the pretty face? Because, that's still the struggle, isn't it, ladies? We still want to look our best and show up. But what I have found, that more so than not, especially because I'm a late getting dresser upper in the morning, it's noon and I'm still in my, in my comfy clothes, that those heartfelt things that just need to come out, they don't give two hoots what you're looking like at the moment, what your hair looks like, if you brushed your teeth or not, or if you've got a red nose because you've been crying. When the message comes out, when the message from God above, because I do believe it's that, when that inspiration hits, it's the time to share. Don't wait. I've done that so many times. I'm like, this is something good. I need to share that. And then later that goes. When you feel something in the moment, share it. Let me turn on my mic, because you never know. You never know who you're going to inspire. It just takes one. One person is all it takes to inspire, and then a ripple effect happens. I love you, and I thank you for being here. Now go out there and inspire someone else. Your neighbor, your friend, your daughter, your dog, the stranger down the road. You never know who you can touch. That is your gift. We all have that gift. It's not reserved for only certain people. No, we all have that magic. Okay, thanks for listening.